Organizing experience based on the whole language approach to improve listening and speaking skill of early childhood children. Introduction. Early childhood development, 3 to 6 years old, is the most important time in the learning process because it is a period when children's brains grow rapidly and have the ability to learn natural language in a simple and fast manner. Children of this age have the ability to perceive language sounds and connect listening to speaking. These two skills are fundamental to the development of language skills in the future, especially listening and speaking, which are important communication skills in everyday life. One concept that was used to develop early childhood listening and speaking skills is natural approach, which is to learn a language by allowing children to experience and use language in real situations through interaction with others in a natural environment. Learning based on this concept does not focus too much on teaching language theories or rules, but it focuses on learning a language through practical use, which is appropriate for developing childhood in various areas, both physically, emotionally, and socially. Organizing learning experiences in this way will help develop not only listening and speaking skills, but also social skills, perception, and self-confidence in the use of language. Children will learn and be able to effectively use language according to various situations. The concept of natural language. The concept of natural language. Natural approach was developed by Stephen Krashen and Tracy Terrell in 1980. This concept believes that the best language learning occurs when learners can acquire language information that can be understood from a real context. Learning takes place through interaction in environments that encourage learners to use natural language. In the concept of natural language consists of two important principles. 1. Input hypothesis language. Learning occurs best when learners receive a certain level of intelligible information that can be understood through exposure and use of language in various situations. However, the information received must not be too poor to make children unable to understand, but it must be challenged in order for them to learn new vocabulary and language structures. 2. Affective filter hypothesis. This theory explains that learning a language occurs well when a child has a positive attitude and confidence in using a language. If a child has anxiety or discomfort in the learning process, it may result in an inefficient learning process. Therefore, organizing good experiences for early childhood, according to natural language concepts, must focus on creating an environment that supports children to receive language information at an understandable level and create an environment where children can learn happily without feeling stressed or pressured to learn. Organizing learning experiences based on natural language concepts. In organizing learning experiences to improve early childhood listening and speaking skills according to natural language concepts, it is important to use activities that encourage children to use language in meaningful and fun contexts, which can be done in many ways as follows. 1. Storytelling. Storytelling is the best way to practice children's listening and speaking skills. By listening to stories from adults or from friends, it helps children learn new vocabulary in an understandable context and can also practice speaking skills from storytelling itself. Storytelling can stimulate children's imagination and create learning fun. Activities that can be done, such as having children choose their favorite subject and tell it to their friends, or having children create their own stories from the given pictures or words. Create their own stories from the given pictures or words. 2. Role-playing. Role-playing is an activity that helps children use language in a variety of situations, such as playing doctors and patients, students and teachers, or playing characters from fairy tales or cartoons, which helps children practice listening skills from conversations and speaking in a variety of roles. Practice listening skills from conversations and speaking in a variety of roles. Activities that can be done, such as setting up hypothetical situations, such as going to a doctor or opening a store and having children play roles according to that situation. Activities that can be done, such as setting up hypothetical situations, such as going to a doctor or opening a store and having children play roles according to that situation. 3. Word games. Playing word games is a fun and stimulating way for children to learn words and use language. Playing word games helps children memorize new words and learn to use words in sentence form, such as word matching, guessing words, or making words from existing characters. Activities that can be done such as word matching games, word guessing games, or word bingo games. 4. The use of songs and poems. Songs and rhymes. The use of songs and poems is a good tool to improve children's listening and speaking skills, because songs and poems often have rhythms and melodies that make it easier for children to memorize words and to practice pronunciation correctly. 5. Conversation between adults and children. Creating opportunities for children to converse with adults or with friends in activities enhances listening and speaking skills. Conversations in various situations help children learn new vocabulary and practice using language in a natural context. Learn new vocabulary and practice using language in a natural context. The importance of creating a suitable environment. Early childhood language learning is best done when children are in an environment that encourages natural language use. Adults and teachers must focus on creating an atmosphere full of conversation and activities that encourage them to use the language continuously. Early childhood language learning is best done when children are in an environment that encourages natural language use. Adults and teachers must focus on creating an atmosphere full of conversation and activities that encourage them to use the language continuously. Full of conversation and activities that encourage them to use the language continuously. The conclusion. Organizing learning experiences based on natural language concepts to improve early childhood listening and speaking skills will enhance effective language skills through fun and interactive activities. This type of learning will help children develop listening and speaking skills naturally without feeling pressured or stressed. It's physically, socially, emotionally, and intellectually. Speaking skills naturally without feeling pressured or stressed. It's physically, socially, emotionally, and intellectually. Speaking skills naturally without feeling pressured or stressed. It's physically, socially, emotionally, and intellectually.